Ishima-Ahashi Bridge. The approach to the Ishima-Ahashi Bridge may greet drivers with a sense of trepidation. From afar, the almost vertical climb and descent are of roller coaster proportions. Construction on the Ishima-Ahashi Bridge to connect two cities on opposite sides of Nakaumi Lake started in 1997. Architects made sure ships could still pass under it, which explains why it's so tall. The bridge is about a mile wide and at 44 meters tall, one of the highest in its class of bridge in the world, with a rigid frame structure. The view from either end of the bridge amplifies the actual incline, hence the roller coaster nickname. Quiliang Tunnel, China. The Quiliang Tunnel is located in the Taihang Mountains in China's Henan province and was built to connect the isolated village of Quiliang to the rest of the world. The tunnel also has some open edges over a rocky precipice, earning its nickname, the road that does not tolerate mistakes. This 1.2 kilometers tunnel along the edge of the Taihang Mountains is 4 meters wide and 5 meters high, chiseled into the mountain by local villagers. While the road has yet to endanger motorists during its construction, plenty of drivers have met their end because of neglect and by underestimating the difficulty of the road. When driving through this tunnel road, make sure that you are prepared and can definitely handle the vehicle you are driving. Even the most minor of mistakes can endanger your life, and instead of an unforgettable trip through a fleet of local workers, you might end up in a hospital, or worse. North Yungas Road is known as Death Road. Driving up or down this 43-mile switchback is extremely perilous due to fog, landslides, cascades, and cliffs that drop 2,000 feet at every turn. The road is only 10 foot wide and many crosses stand as memorials to those who have perished there. Nearly 300 drivers were killed here every year until 1994. It's no wonder it got the nickname. Big rocks jut out of the road at seemingly every turn, potentially throwing unsuspecting riders over the handlebars or over the edge. An alternative new route was built during a 20-year period ending in 2006. The modernization included enlarging the carriageway from 1 to 2 lanes, asphalt paving, bridges, drainage, guardrails, and the building of a new section between Chusquipata and Yolosa, bypassing the most dangerous sections of the original road. Kwandinsky Bridge, in Russia. This 570 meters bridge is located over the Victim River, was originally constructed as a railway bridge but was never used, so the people living nearby used it for crossing river. This vehicle crossing is just over 2 meters wide and features no railing or other safety features to keep the cars from falling into the frozen water if anything should go wrong. Its metallic structure is simply covered with old wooden railway sleepers that become very slippery when covered with ice and snow, which is almost all year round. Bam Road, Russia. The Bam Road is one of the toughest adventure roads left on this planet. It's a real test of physical and mental endurance. It is an old railway service track that runs roughly alongside the railway track, in extreme Siberia, Russia. Filled with everything from rickety old bridges to waist-high water crossings and at points being miles from civilization. The road is mostly unpaved, with broken wood bridges and extreme weather conditions. This unmaintained road was constructed in the early 1970s to build the Bam Railway, from Vanino on the Russian Pacific coast through Komsomolsk, Fevrilsk. It hasn't seen little any maintenance since then, so it is said to be in a very poor state. This railway service track runs approximately alongside the 4,324 kilometers 2,687 miles Baikal, Amur mainline railway. The road is passable only by the most extreme off-road vehicles and adventure motorcycles. Riding the BAM road in Russia is not an experience that can be accurately described in words alone. It is possibly one of the most exciting adventure roads left in the world. The Cotopaxi volcano. The Cotopaxi volcano road connects the Pan American Highway with the Cotopaxi Volcan National Park. It's a 40 kilometers dirt track covered in potholes running through streams that like to flash flood. With numerous potholes that are hidden amongst the 25-mile dirt road, and a small stream that is a source of dangerous flash floods with even the smallest amount of rain, this small road connecting the Pan American Highway with Cotopaxi Volcan National Park is one that claims the lives of quite a few unwary tourists annually. Although there are many dangerous sections branching off the Pan American Highway, the 40 kilometers long dirt track that links it with the Cotopaxi Volcano National Park in Ecuador tops the list. With enormous potholes, slippery slopes, and all-around precarious driving conditions make this a road a bit of a challenge. The treacherous route is peppered with holes. But the highlight of the journey comes when you need to cross a bridgeless stream. It's particularly dangerous during flash floods. And flash floods seem to occur here even in the lightest of rains. The Himalayan Road Network. This road in the Himalayas is as scary journeying up as it is once you get to the top of the mountain. At an altitude of 17,000 foot, difficult to breathe due to lack of oxygen. Most of the roads remain closed in winter because often covered in snow and slippery. The winding roads have no railings and are often curving around crumbling rocks and jagged edges. Tourists are advised not to travel on it without a guide, even then you can be prone to accidents. Thrill seekers will love the opportunity to ride along this route. Combe-Laval Pass, France. Combe-Laval Pass, France is narrow in its entirety, being wide enough for just one car in most places. Passing points allow some relief. The road continues, passing through more arches cut out of the rock face. This is often recognized as the most beautiful road in the French Alps. The constructors built the road between 1861 and 1898, and it first served for the transport of timber from the Forêt de Lente to Stegen-en-Royans. This road wasn't carved out for just the view, but it helped make the forestry activity successful. Today, it mainly attracts cyclists keen to face the trial of a steep climb and be rewarded with awesome views of the Verkers area. Strada del 52, Gallery Road. This road consists of 52 tunnels, twists upward like a spiral staircase cut into a mountain. It was built on Italy's Mount Vesubio that was built during World War I. The 6,555-meter-long road was considered an military engineering marvel and was constructed in just 10 months from March to November 1917 under the guidance of Lieutenant Joseph Zappa. During World War I it was strategically important because it allowed the transportation of supplies and communication away from the Austro-Hungarian artillery fire. Strada del 52 Gallery used to be a military trail during World War I. The Italian road is located on the Massif of Pasubio in Vicenza and is dangerous mainly due to its winds. It gained its nickname, Sacred Area of Italy, from its brutal setting in the war. Passage du Gois, France. Le Passage du Gois is located between Ile de Noirmoutier and Beauvoir-sur-Mer, France. This passage leads to the island of Noirmoutier. However, the passage floods twice every 24 hours, and so can only be driven on a few hours each day before the island is sealed off. More often than not, the Passage du Gois lies hidden beneath 4 to 13-foot thrashing waves. The length of the road makes it all the more dangerous because, if you're caught in the floods, it can be very difficult to reach dry land before the entire stretch becomes chest-deep in water. There are special digital panels that let people know whether the road is passable. These panels are regularly updated with sea level warnings and issue speed limit reminders. Despite the signs, there are incidents every year as people become trapped by the quickly rising tide and, occasionally, even deaths. It's for this reason that elevated rescue towers have been put in place, offering stranded voyagers a place to perch on until the water subsides. Although the cars are never so lucky. Because of this, tourists are generally advised against using the road unless absolutely necessary.